The spear leaves my hand. It cuts the cold morning air, spinning once, twice, and slams into the deer's shoulder. The animal lurches, staggers, bolts down the riverbank. My feet are already moving. The mud is cold on my bare soles. I can hear my brother Tull behind me and the others, our breath fogging, our feet pounding the frozen earth. We have been tracking this herd since the sky was still full of stars. The winter was long and cruel. The meat stores are low. The old ones are weak. The children cry from hunger. We cannot go back to the camp empty-handed. Not today. Today we must feed the band. The deer is fast, faster than us. It dodges between the trees, leaping a fallen log, and for a moment I think we've lost it. But there is blood on the snow, red against white. The spear is in deep. Cavy, Tull shouts. Left, it's turning left. I trust him. I don't look, I just follow his voice. We round the bend. The deer is slowing, stumbling. Its legs are giving out. It stumbles once, catches itself, stumbles again, and then it falls. We surround it, spears ready. It is still breathing, chest heaving, eyes wild with fear. I do not let it suffer. This is the old law. You do not make a fellow creature suffer for your hunger. You end it quickly, you give thanks, you use every piece, and you waste nothing. The deer goes still. Silence. Then Tull lets out a shout, a cry of triumph that echoes off the valley walls. The others join him. We have meat. We have survived another day. For now, we carry the deer back to the camp. It takes all of us. 2 of the young men take the legs. Tull and I take the body. The hide is heavy, the bones heavy, but no one complains. Because when we arrive, the whole band will eat. Our camp sits in the mouth of a shallow cave, high on the valley slope, safe from the winter floods. 25 of us, old and young. The fire burns in the center, never allowed to die. I am Cavy. I am 28 years old. In our world, that makes me one of the elders. I have seen long winters. I have faced predators. I have buried people I loved. And I am a hunter. This is what I am. This is what I have always been. The first to see us is my daughter, Mika. She is 5 years old, and she runs toward me on short, unsteady legs, her arms open wide. Papa, Papa. I crouch down, and she collides with me. She is small and warm, and she smells like wood smoke and hide. I lift her up, and she wraps her arms around my neck. I think this is why I hunt. This is why I run until my lungs burn. This is why I stand in the cold and wait for the spear to fly, for her, for all of them. The band gathers around the deer. The elders nod. The children press close, eyes wide. Zara, my mate, comes to me first. She is 26, and she knows more about the world than anyone I have ever met. She knows which roots to dig, which berries are poison, which herbs heal a wound. She is the reason we survive the times when the hunt fails. She touches my arm. You are hurt. I look down. There is a cut on my forearm. I didn't even feel it. A branch, maybe, in the chase. It is nothing, I say. It is not nothing, she says. Come, sit, let me look. Zara tends my arm with a paste of crushed leaves. It stings, then numbs. She is careful, gentle. She has healed all of us at one time or another. She is the heart of this band. Old Thren, the oldest among us, watches from his place by the fire. He is maybe 60. His hair is white, his back bent, but his eyes are sharp and full of memory. He has seen more winters than anyone. He remembers things no one else remembers. He is our history. You made a good kill, Thren says. His voice is rough, like stones rubbing together. The spirit of the deer will be honored. We will give it water, I say. We will give it back to the earth. This is our way. When we take a life, we give something back. We pour water on the ground. We speak words of thanks. We do not forget that the deer gave us its life so that we could live. The work of a kill is harder than the kill itself. We skin the deer carefully. The hide is precious. It will become clothing, shelter, warmth against the cold. Zara and the other women scrape the hide clean, working it with stones until it is soft. They are patient. They have done this 1,000 times. The hide must be good, or the winter will kill us. We cut the meat into strips. Some we will cook tonight. Some we will smoke over the fire to make it last. Some we will dry in the wind. Nothing is wasted. Not the bones, they will become tools, needles, fishing hooks. Not the sinew, it will become thread, binding, bowstrings. Not the organs, they are food and medicine, and the strong parts we need for strength. Mika watches everything. Her eyes follow Zara's hands as they work the hide. She is learning. This is how knowledge is passed, not in words written on stone, but hand to hand, mother to daughter, father to son. The old ways live in our hands. By afternoon, the sky turns gray. The wind picks up and the air gets sharp and thin. Thren looks up at the clouds and his face grows troubled. Storm coming, he says. A bad one. I trust Thren's reading of the sky. He has seen more storms than anyone. But I do not want to believe him. We have meat to dry, we have work to do. A storm now would ruin everything. Can we finish before it comes? I ask. Thren shakes his head. It will be here by nightfall, and it will be hungry. The camp moves faster. We drag the meat under the overhang of the cave. We stack wood high, close to the fire. We move the hides inside. The children are sent into the cave, into the warmth. The old ones follow. The wind howls. Snow begins to fall, thick, heavy, blinding. The fire gutters and sputters. Tull grabs my arm. The fire, he says, we cannot let it die. We shield the flame with our bodies. We feed it dry wood, precious wood. The fire is everything. Without it, we freeze. Without it, we are nothing but meat in the snow. For 3 days, the storm rages. 3 days, we huddle in the cave, eating the deer in small pieces, guarding the flame, waiting. 3 days, the world is white and blind and furious. And then, on the morning of the 4th day, the storm breaks. We wake to silence. The wind has stopped. The snow has stopped. Thren crawls to the mouth of the cave and looks out. And he goes very still. Cavy, he says, his voice is strange. Come and look. I go to his side, and my blood turns to ice. The river below has burst. The winter melt and the storm have combined into a wall of water, brown, roaring, swallowing everything in its path. Our fishing spot is gone. The flat ground where we set the traps is gone. The trees are being torn from the earth like grass. The flood is coming up the valley. Higher ground, Thren says. We must reach higher ground. Now. There is no time. The water is moving faster than I have ever seen water move. We grab what we can, the meat, the hides, the children, the fire. Zara throws a burning brand into a hollowed stone. She will not let the fire die. We run, we scramble up the slope away from the water. The flood follows, roaring at our heels. The children cry, the old ones struggle. We grab them, drag them, push them. We reach a ledge high above the water and we collapse there, gasping, shivering. I look back. Our camp is gone. The cave is gone. The river has swallowed it all. We have nothing but what we carried. A little meat, a few hides, a fire burning in a stone, and each other. That night, we build a small fire on the ledge. It is not enough. We huddle together for warmth, the young in the center, the old on the edges, all of us pressed close like one living thing. We eat sparingly. There is not much left. I look at the faces around the fire. The children hollow-eyed, the elders exhausted. Zara, silent, holding the baby close. We lost too much in the flood. We are too few, we are too cold, we have too little food. I think this is how bands die, not in battle, not from predators, from a single bad winter. A single flood. A single hunt that goes wrong. The cold takes you and the hunger takes you and there is no one to hear you and there is nothing to do but fade. I do not want that for my daughter. I do not want that for the people who have trusted me with their lives. On the 2nd morning, Tull sees it, a great cat. Bigger than any cat I have ever seen. Its fur is pale, its fangs are long as a hand, and it is watching us from the rocks above the ledge. It has followed the flood too. It is hungry too, and it has decided that we are its prey. Cavy, Tull whispers. It is going to attack. I look at the cat, I look at my band. I look at my daughter holding Zara's hand, her small face brave but afraid, and I make a decision. Everyone into the rocks, I say. The children, the elders, the women, get behind the boulders now. They move, I do not. I stand at the front of the ledge, spear in my hand, and I wait. Tull steps up beside me. I am with you, brother. No, I say. You protect them, I will hold it. Cavy, if I fall, you lead. You are ready, now go. For a moment, Tull does not move. Then he clenches his jaw and he turns and he goes to protect the band. I am alone on the ledge. The cat begins to move. The cat is fast. It comes down the rocks in a blur of pale fur and yellow eyes. It is a killer, born to kill, and it has killed many things older and stronger than me. But it has never faced a hunter. I plant my feet, I raise the spear. I do not run because running is death. I do not flinch because flinching is death. I wait. The cat leaps, I throw. The spear is true, it strikes the cat's shoulder, and the cat twists with a roar, the spear jarring in its side. But it is not enough. The cat lands, turns, and comes again. There is no time for another spear. I draw the stone blade from my belt. I brace. The cat charges, its jaws open. I see the fangs, the hunger, the death in its eyes, and then Tull is there. He has not gone to the rocks. He has come to me. He throws his spear into the cat's flank, and the cat wheels, screaming, and for one breath it is not looking at me. I strike. The blade finds its throat. The cat collapses. It kicks once, twice, and is still. I stand there, breathing hard, blood on my hands. Tull comes to me and we look at each other and neither of us says anything, because we both know he should not have come back. I told him to protect the band. He chose to protect me instead, and because of that choice we are both alive. The band comes out of the rocks. They have seen everything. There is no celebration, only the heavy silence of people who have watched death come and go. Zara comes to me. She takes my hands, the ones still dark with blood, and she looks into my eyes. You faced it alone, she says. I had Tull, I say. You sent him away, you chose to face it alone. I have no answer. Zara does not press. She simply holds my hands and I feel her warmth and I am not alone anymore. Old Thren walks to the edge of the ledge and looks out at the world below, the flood receding, the valley torn and changed. We lost the cave, he says. We lost the river, we lost everything we had. Silence. But we did not lose each other, he says, and that is the only thing that has ever mattered. We cannot stay on the ledge. There is no food, no shelter, no safe water. The flood has taken everything we knew. We must move. Thren knows the old trails, the ones the ancestors walked, the ones that lead to the high summer grounds where the game is plentiful and the caves are dry. It is a journey of many days, across the frozen valley, over the ridge, through the thin, sharp air of the high passes. We have little food, we have little strength. But we have the fire burning in Zara's stone, and we have each other. We walk. Children cry, the elders stumble. We carry them when we must. We share the last of the meat piece by piece. We do not hoard. In the band there is no mine and yours. There is only ours. The strong help the weak because tomorrow the strong may be weak and someone will help them. This is our law. This is how we survive. On the 4th day of walking, we reach the pass, a narrow gap between the mountains, cold and wind-blasted, with snow up to our knees. The children are failing. The old ones are failing. Even some of the strong are failing. Tull comes to me. Cavy, some of us will not make it through the pass. I know he is right. I look at the faces of my people. Mika is wrapped in a hide, riding on Zara's back, her eyes closed. Old Krev, who has a cough that will not stop, is leaning on a young man's arm. We carry them, I say. Cavy, we carry them, all of them, that is the law. Tull is silent for a long moment, then he nods. Then we carry them. We enter the pass. It takes us a day and a night to cross the pass. We move in a line, one behind the other, so that each of us breaks the snow for the one behind. The strongest go first. The ones who carry the children, the elders, the sick, go in the middle, sheltered. The hunters watch the edges, watching for predators. I carry old Krev. He weighs almost nothing now, just bone and breath. He coughs against my shoulder and I feel the rattle in his chest. Put me down, he says. I am slowing you all. I am going to die anyway. No, I say, not while I can carry you. You are a fool, Cavy. Then I am a fool who will not leave his people to die in the snow. Krev is silent, but I feel his thin hand tighten on my shoulder, and we keep walking. Behind me, Tull carries the baby. Zara carries Mika. The young men carry the oldest women, and all of us carry each other. We reach the far side of the pass with nothing left. No food, no strength. The fire burns low, and the cold is like a second skin. We are starving. I take Tull and 2 of the young hunters. We leave the camp on the last of our strength, and we go to find food. The valley here is rich, richer than our old home. There are deer, I can see their tracks, but I am so weak I can barely hold my spear. We track a small deer. We are slow. We are clumsy. The deer hears us, sees us, and begins to run. I am too weak to catch it. And then Tull does something I have never seen him do. He does not chase the deer. He cuts across it, a short, desperate, impossible move, and he throws himself at the animal, tackling it to the ground. It kicks. It thrashes. Tull holds on, screaming with effort, and the young hunters are on it, and the deer is down. We have meat. Tull lies in the snow, gasping, a wild grin on his face. I caught it, he says. You caught it, I say. You are a fool. I am a fool who just fed the band, he says. I laugh. And I have not laughed in many days. We carry the deer back. It is not much, a small deer for a hungry band, but it is something. Zara cooks it slowly. She stretches the meat with roots and berries she has gathered, making it last, making it feed everyone. The fire is rebuilt, stronger than ever, and the cave we have found is warm and dry. The band eats, every single person. The children, the elders, the sick, the hunters, nobody is left out. Old Krev, who I carried through the pass, lifts his head. His cough has not stopped, but he is still alive. I have watched this band for many winters, he says. I have seen us lose much. I have seen us lose everything. He looks around the fire at all the faces, but I have never seen us lose each other, and that is why we will live. After the feast, when the fire burns low and the children sleep, old Thren does something he has not done since the flood. He pulls out his flute. It is made of bone, hollow, carved with marks. It has been with him longer than I have been alive. It survived the flood because he refused to leave it behind. He puts it to his lips, and the music comes. It is a song I have heard 100 times. It is the song of the ancestors, the song of the hunt, the song of the winter and the spring. It is not for the hunt or for the harvest. It is for us, for the band, for the ones who survived. The children stir, half asleep. The elders close their eyes. Mika watches the flute like it is made of light. When the song ends, there is only the crackle of the fire and the sound of the wind. Thren looks at me. "Do you know why I saved this flute?" he asks. "No," I say. "Because when everything else is gone," he says, "the song remains, and the song is who we are." After the fire burns lower, Mika comes to me. She sits in my lap, small and warm. "Papa," she says, "teach me to hunt." "You are too small," I say, "too small and too light." "Then teach me something." I reach into my pouch. I take out a piece of bone, a shard from the deer we killed, saved for this. "See this," I say. "This is a bone. It is strong, but it wants to break a certain way. If you strike it wrong, it shatters and is useless. If you strike it right, it becomes a blade, a needle, a hook, a tool that feeds us." I show her. I strike the bone just so, and it splits cleanly. Mika watches my hands. She tries. She fails. The bone shatters. I show her again. "Patience," I tell her. "The bone will teach you if you listen." She looks at me, her eyes serious. "Will I be a hunter one day, Papa?" "Yes," I say. "When you are ready, and you will be a great one because you listen." I look around the fire at my band, 25 people. We are fewer than we were before the flood. We lost the old home. We lost our fishing spot, our traps, our cave, the things we had gathered over many seasons. We lost people. There were more of us once. The flood and the cold and the hunger have thinned our numbers. But we are here. We are alive. We have a fire, and we have meat. And we have each other. And tomorrow, we will hunt again. We will gather again. We will teach our children again. I do not know what the winter will bring. I do not know if we will all live to see the spring. But I know this. As long as we hold the fire and hold each other and remember the songs and the laws and the ways of the ancestors, we will not vanish. The world is cold and cruel and full of death, but we are human, and this is how we survive.